Okay, now we have our menu. So I'm just going to copy paste it from our previous project. You do not have to worry about the menus. Let's just copy paste it. Where is it? Items, campaign help. Okay. Uh, this is the number drop down, right? All right. Let's make sure it is imported. Okay. Okay, so we got our categories, and I'm just going to get the styles too. So we have to enter it in our header CSS. Let's go to our header CSS, and we have our navbar bottom, and we're going to just enter it here. And let's go back. Okay, now we have to make it flex like the navbar bottom. So let's say display flex and justify content space between. And we also want to align items to center. Okay, okay. So now it looks great. We have our navbar section ready. So as this crash course has already gone too long, I don't think we're going to be able to cover all of the full home page. And I could have just actually copy pasted the whole home page and showed you the code, but I don't think you will understand the category sections and nested categories and everything better. So I'm just going to cover how we can add a slider in your homepage with swiper.js, and then we are going to end the crash course. So bear with me with another like 30-40 minutes. Okay. All right. So we have got everything, I think. Yes. So what is swiper? Let's go back to our UI. So this is the data slides we are getting. So let's go to swiper again. So what is swiper? Swiper is it says that it is the most modern mobile touch slider. That means we can use swiper to add sliders, can make carousels. So if we go to docs and swiper React, because we are using it with React on Next.js. First, we have to install swiper. So let's do that. Let's go back to our code, and we are going to install swiper. Okay. So let's close all of this and go back to our header. Where is it? Yes. Okay. So now for our home page, this was a common, a shared component, right? This header will be shared by multiple pages. Now we have to handle our home page. So I'm going to keep all of our home page components inside a new folder, and I'm going to name it home page. And inside that, I'm going to um, wait. Let me see. Home slider. Let's say slider. Let's say home slider, right? Home slider dot JSX RAFCE. Okay. So I have to import it in our home page. So the home page we are rendering is here inside our main. So finally we come to our home page, and here we can actually import our home page slider. Okay, home page slider. All right, let's go to our homepage slider. So actually, if we go to our API documentation, again, we are actually getting our sliders from API too. That means these slider images are updated from our admin panel. So if we go to default, and it should be here. This is it, the get sliders. So if I click on try, okay, as you can see from this API, we are actually getting the sliders, our image, or link, or type key and title and everything. So Let's copy it from here. It is a get API, right? So inside our slider component, we can say we can take a state sliders, set sliders, and use a state. Let's give it an empty array, and then we can call the use effect hook the dependencies to null and our callback function. Okay, so now we can import axios.get, and then we have to handle the data and error, response and error, response data. And if we get any error, we're going to say console log errors. Okay. Okay, it is undefined. You have to say data. Now you can see how fast it makes the like console ninja, how convenient it is to use console ninja. We can just inspect our console log from here. We do not have to go to the browser. This is actually very, very helpful. Okay. Now, what do we have here? Okay, so what are we getting from here? We are getting a title, an image, and an index, right? So now we want to show this as a slider, right? From our with our swiper.js. Okay, so uh, let's give it a main container first. Main container, and then what we are going to do is we're going to go to swiper. Let's close all of this, and for from here you can see a basic uses or basic example, and from here if we go to let's say resources and demos, here you will be able to see swiper demos like demonstration of swiper. You can see you can use code.js, React, Vue, or Element. So let's go to this one. We're using React, so I'm going to click on React, and it is going to create a sandbox with all the code. Okay, so they are highlighting these two classes. Like we have to import the swiper.css, and if we want to use pagination, pagination means this thing that you are seeing here. If we want to use pagination, we have to import the style for that too. So first of all, let's import those styles. Oftentimes I forget to import the styles, and the swiper doesn't work. Okay, so after that is done, we have to import swiper, right? So we have to import swiper. Let's say swi swiper, right? So inside swiper will take some parameters. So if we want to add pagination, we can say pagination is true. Okay, it is not giving me suggestions for some reason. Okay, let's copy this whole thing. Okay. So if we want to use pagination, we have to use pagination. We can set the pagination to true, and pagination is actually a module. That means this pagination navigation, these are modules imported by swiper module. So you have to import them separately. So as you can see, it is a modules we are setting up as a module which we are importing from swiper modules. So let's go back to our code and import it. Okay. Okay, so our initial setup is done. So after that, we have to set up our sliders, right? Swiper slide. So let's copy this, and let's see the initial screen, the initial UI. We have to import it, of course. Okay, they are not showing me suggestions. Okay, I'm just going to. Okay, I didn't import it from the right place. I have to import it from Swiper React. Okay. that's why it wasn't giving me any suggestions. So I think it should give me suggestions now if I say pagination. Yeah, see. Yes, okay, now it's working. So let's go back to our UI and let's see what we have. We have our slider 1, slider 2, slider 3. So not very appealing UI, but our slider works for now, right? So instead of this slide 6, slide 1, static data, we want to render our slider images, right? So what we can do is we can say sliders dot map and we'll get an individual slider, and from there we can return the swiper slide, right? So okay. Oh, I have to give it a key. Let's say what are we getting from the API? We can say key. Okay, so we are getting a key. We have to say slider dot key. Okay, now it's fine. Now we want to render the image, right? So let's use next image again. Next image, I have to give it a source. The source would be handy. We have to say slider dot image, and I have to give it a height. Uh, let's give it a height. Let's say 100%. Let's give it the width of 100% too. And we have to give it the alt. So for our alt tag, let's enter the title. Slider dot title, the closing tag. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back to our UI again and reload. Okay, we got an error. Mm, okay. Okay, actually, let's try with regular image tag. Let's see if it is a problem from swiper. And for source, we are going to say slider dot image. Let's go back again. Okay, we are getting some errors. Swiper demos. We installed it correctly, right? Okay, so we have a swiper slide. Okay, actually, let's take an index. I think a key might be a problem. And let's give the key to with index. Okay, let's check now. Let's restart our server again. Oh, my bad. I am not actually setting up the data in our slider in our state, right? So I have to say set sliders response dot data dot what am I getting it as? I am getting sliders. Okay. Response dot data dot sliders. Okay, now it should work, I think. Okay, we are not getting any image for some reason. Let's remove that and use our Next.js image as invalid with property. Okay, fine. Let's remove the. I don't think we can use a string with when defining height and width. Now what? Invalid source prop. Okay.